It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Sacramento Kings in their house, Sleep Train Arena. Well, it was Sacramento winning their last game against the Knicks in New York. That game a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel it a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game, but anyway, injuries start to take a toll.
No, but we've done 87 two games. Doesn't mean the team.
We've done a lot of games in our role here in the
right. We get 2 games a night, remember?
There on the set.
Yeah, anyway, I was saying the injuries, they start to take a toll, not just the big ones, the little ones. Type of injuries I hate are the freak injuries. One time, Ernie, I was walking with my shoes off, stubbed my toe.
That's called barefoot.
That's a freak injury. Stubbed my toe, was out for 6 weeks. So you got to get rest, eat well.
Well, if you kick a
ice
brick
those
wall,
knees,
that's not a...
and man up.
Yeah, maybe you should. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Barefoot.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. Today's game marks the continuation of Houston's road schedule. And it's the Kings to start out. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. They've got Boss. Lawson out there with a follow. Then it's Splitter, and it's Love in at the force line. Now, here's Cousins. Another shot. Love grabs the board. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Here's Fox. Turned in an outstanding game against New York. Feeds to Cousins. Pass to Ellis. 6 on the shot clock. There's the dish to Cousins. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
That one goes. Count it. Lawson's got his first bucket in this one.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Now Lawson. Following the miss by Ellis from deep. Now Lawson. Last game we saw him score 13. Kicks it to Ellis. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Lawson the pass to a Flalo. Free throw line jump shot. And it's Love missing.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Here's Cousins. Another key contributor to that nice win against New York. Fox against Lawson. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Splitter sets a screen. Love with the screen on Kid Gilchrist. A shot by Lawson, wide open. Hits the three-point bomb. Lawson's got 5 now.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Fox. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Clock at 6. And Cousins gets it to go.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look.
Fox kicks to Cousins. Tipped away. And here comes Lawson, leading the fast break. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Ellis outside. He feeds it to Cousins. Ellis kicks to Cousins. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. No good. And Houston the other way now. Last time they met in Houston.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and of course, went on to win it.
Exactly. They were the aggressors. They played a grinded-out, gritty style that they'd be wise to emulate tonight. You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot. Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Ty Lawson. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
Here's Fox. Pass to Cousins. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Shot to stop the run. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career. I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Ellis dishes to Cousins. Cousins missing again.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open. Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year, he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Lawson against Fox. The tray. Love grabs the board. Love's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Love with the screen on Thompson. In the corner, Aflalo with it. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Aflalo's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, the Cavs had a slow start to last season compared to how everybody thought they would play. Still, it was the best start for Kevin Love in his career and would end up being the most winning team he's played on. There's something about how long he's waited for success.
So the Kings call timeout, their first. And Love, who would also go on to make his first postseason appearance, played in the first round last year, It was a complete 180 for him in what he was used to at Minnesota.
And even though there were ups and downs for Love last season, you know that he must have enjoyed winning for a change. And being in the league so long without making the playoffs, he finally got a chance to play in the postseason.
Carlos Boozer's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And a switch here also for Houston. Jones is checked in. The Kings trail by 11. Here's Fox. To the inside. And it's the Rockets on the break. Lawson's got the ball, and he gets it to go. Lawson's got 15.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Here's Fox. No good off the back of the rim.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Here's Boss. 13-point lead. And the rejection by Cousins. Shot to end this cold run. Fox, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
That's his first personal foul.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Houston.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Shooting two.
That's good from Boozer.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And it's Collison in for Monte Ellis. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And if carrying the team during the regular season or Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Took him no time at all on that one. Collison's got it back down to single digits for the Kings. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Love with the screen for Beverly. And Thornton kicks to Love. An easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Rockets lead by 10.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Now here's Collison. He picked up 12 points in their last win against New York.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
First free throw is good.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
Collison hits them both.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
Now here's Love. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver. Beverly wide open. No good on the triple.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Fox passes to Boozer. Collison dishes to Cauley Stein. And Caspi kicks to Boozer. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And here's the break. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Kevin McHale.
He said a big key for them will be containing Carlos Boozer offensively, adding, he's a player who can spread the floor with his jump shot or take you down the block, and it's tough to match his strength inside. Defensively, they'll look to keep length in front of him and limit his offensive rebounding. Sounds like a good game plan, guys. We'll see how they do it.
Thank you, Doris.
Well, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Beverly against Collison. Boozer a screen on Beverly. Collison the pass to Boozer. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Houston leading by 7. To the paint. Outside for Thornton. It's a pick by Love. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And guys, the wheels really fell off of Marcus Thornton's game last year. This was a deadly shooter who averaged over 21 points a game only a few seasons ago. But last season, under double figures at 9 per contest.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And on the topic of Thornton, Greg, last season, he wasn't all bad. He did hit, a career-high 42% of his threes. Clark, the problem is he didn't provide anything else.
Yeah, he's an Allen wrench. He's a specialist. I mean, he's never been a great playmaker, rebounder, or defender. His money is made with his jump shot.
And Thornton drops 2.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Now here's Collison. 7 points in the game. Cauley Stein passes to Fox. He kicks it to Casper. Shot clock at 5. And there's the pass to Fox. Puts up the baby hook. No good from Caspi.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
They got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Here's Love. Poke loose. Oh, trying for it. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt him inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Now here's Beverly following the miss by Kevin Love. And Beverly kicks to Thornton. 16 feet away. And Kevin Love, the bucket with the assist from Thornton. Love's got his second bucket.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now here's Collison. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Over to the wing. Caspi for 3. Count that one. Caspi's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay.
Beverly dishes to Love. And some nice passing there by Houston. Love with the screen for Thornton. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And the Rockets lead by 10.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Fox. into the paint. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets ahead, leading by 8. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do. And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
So on the floor for Houston, Terrence Jones out there with Boss. Then it's Lawson. Then there's a Aflalo, and it's Splitter in at the 5, roaming the paint. Outside Collison. He dishes it to Ellis. They set the pick. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Here's Koufos, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Now, here is Lawson. He's got 17. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Lawson's got 4 this quarter.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Houston leading by 7. Passes it to Aflalo. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Here's Ellis, and he makes good on the layup. Ellis has got 7.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Lawson drives in. Koufos with the block. And here we go. Here's Collison. It's blocked. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Aflalo the pass to Lawson. Aflalo with it. Picked up by Collison. Dishes it to Splitter. Here's Boss.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And I don't think there's any question about it, guys. He's got to bring that percentage up. I mean, those are the kind of free throw numbers that will get you in a coach's doghouse and get your teammates a little mad at you.
First one falls for him. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Sacramento. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Thompson outside. Cousins with a screen on Jones. And Thompson kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And stolen by Aflalo. Lawson outside. Trying his luck deep. Boss, no good. The Kings trail by 7. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Collison kicks to Cousins. And there's the call on Boss. That is his first foul of the game. The Kings making a switch here. Boozer's checked in. Screen by Boozer. Ellis dishes to Cousins. Back to Ellis. 5 on the clock. And for 3, Collison can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And stolen by Aflalo.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
The feed to Boozer. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half. And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Aflalo with another miss.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Collison kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Here's Boozer in the post. Splitters there. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Boozer. Houston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Splitter sets a screen. Here's Aflalo. The Rockets with another miss. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Ellis outside. Feeds it to Boozer. Right block shot. It's rebounded by Houston.
You know, for Carlos Boozer, last year was a bit peculiar. I mean, after being a key player for several playoff teams throughout his career, he landed on the Lakers where the playoffs were nowhere in sight. Tough environment for a veteran to succeed in.
Now Ellis following the miss by Ty Lawson from deep. Ellis kicks to Cousins. Just 5 to shoot. Kid Gilchrist the pass to Cousins. Takes the turnaround J, and the bank shot is good. Cousins has got his 3rd bucket of the night. And getting back to Boozer, last year he was claimed off amnesty waivers by the Lakers. Now, Los Angeles paid $3.25 million of his salary, while the Bulls paid the remaining $13.5 million of his salary.
And getting away from the contract, you know, he actually had a decent year. Shot over 50% from the field, strong rebounds per minute average. I mean, he's a professional. He went in and did his job.
Boss gets the bucket.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Timeout called by the Kings.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Caspi comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Fox in for Darren Collison. The Rockets also changing it up. Loves check in for Terrence Jones. Brewer comes in for Aaron Aflalo, and it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. Cousins, no good.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe two, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Boozer. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for the Rockets. Rockets leading by 3. Beverly dishes to Love. Pass to Brewer. Back to Love. Houston moving it around. Beverly against Fox. There's the pick. The dish to Love. 4 on the shot clock. Fades away. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Brewer with the steal. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats for Love. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. Second in rebounding. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And again, you know, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean. Outstanding effort.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Following the miss by Kevin Love. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Well, it's been a heck of a recent stretch for these guys. The centers and power forwards averaging the most points in their position in the last 10 games. Number 1, Kevin Love.
He is so polished offensively in the low post. I mean, even when the defense collapses, he's got guys all around, and he finds a way to put the ball in the basket.
And, you know, that's the thing. Operating in traffic is essential if you're going to be effective in the paint. And composure is essential as well. He doesn't get rattled easily, and that's why he's at the top of the list.
The Rockets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Good on both. It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
Shot clock at 5 for 3. Ellis. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Well, he's really starting to get in the flow now. A nice groove. That's his 2nd here in the quarter, after none in the 1st.
Beverly, the basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
The Kings ended at 18 and 23 here at home. Not a terrible record for them, given how their whole season went kind of up and down and inconsistent. They even had some home cooking in their favor, as they were the 2nd best team in free throw differential at home.
Well, a big thing for the Kings to look forward to is the opening of their new arena. They are still looking at opening the downtown arena in the fall of 2016, and Sacramento couldn't be any more excited.
Fox against Beverly. Fox kicks to Cousins. Ellis outside. Launches it. It's rebounded by Houston. Splitter's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Shoots from the line. Love can't hit.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
Caspi passes to Cousins. To the inside. Kicks to Ellis. Here's the screen. Here's Fox.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful jam.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game. And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
The Rockets have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. Kufis checked in for the Kings.
Shot. Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
That's good from Beverly.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Now, here's Kufis. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. His first shot coming late. The shot is off. And it's Houston the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. And he gets it back. Love wide open. He fires. Drills the three-pointer. Love's got 7 points in the game.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 10. And that one comes up a bit short.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's Fox. Kicks it out to Ellis. Here is Caspi, covered by Brewer. Now Caspi to halt the run. It's rebounded by Thornton.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet. Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft. Well, the Warriors stole it with the 40th pick in 2005.
And good on the basket. Book it. And the Rockets lead by 12. Sacramento's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got his third basket of the night.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
29 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Ellis. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And the shot is good. Caspi's got his second basket of the night.
Shooting much better here in the second quarter.
Yes, very, very impressed with how much more alive they look here to get back in.
Here's Love. And we finished one half of basketball. Rockets lead by 8. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm here with a visibly winded Kevin Love. And Kevin, what changes do you think are necessary in the second half?
See, to get the loose balls and be the tougher team, that's really it. I mean, if we do that, I feel like we'll be fine. We missed a layup, so if we convert those in the second half, we feel like we'll have the upper hand and we'll win the game.
Kevin, thanks for your time as always. We appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Ty Lawson led the way in the first half. He ended up with 19 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. It's really great to see him back to what appears to be top form coming off the injury. There's a sense of reassurance that he's healthy after the first 2 quarters back. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-erific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-erific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. It puts you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
And Kenny, what'd you see from Sacramento?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now. It's threatening to determine the outcome of the game. So they have to get into the lane and challenge defenders to make them try to stop you.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.